Well, welcome to another video showcasing the artistry of aesthetic pruning in the Japanese Tsukashi style. The owner of this property saw one of our videos and said, this is the person we want to prune out our Japanese style garden. So I visited this lady in the Portland area and was enamored and impassioned by what she had done, but it had not been pruned in a couple of years. And so we agreed to come in and to prune all of the somewhat neglected trees and ornamental shrubs. Now, many of the before pictures were taken while the leaves were still on the trees and the shrubs. But when we came to do the pruning, it took us my son and I, about 2 days. The leaves were already off. And so now you can see, which is really cool, the actual structure of the trees, the skeletal architectural structure, the art form of the trees and shrubs, most of them without their leaves. Now, this client was really into maples of all kinds, Japanese maples, lace leaf maples, upright maples, vine maples, and so most of the pruning was on maples. There were a couple of pine trees that we got to work on, which was really nice, and there were also a number of rhododendrons, Pyrus japonicas, and some other evergreen and deciduous ornamental shrubs that we also practiced our pruning artistry on. As is always the case, I am informed by the art form of bonsai pruning, but then apply the principles, the basic aesthetic pruning principles, to the larger in-ground garden trees in the Japanese style garden, which was the case here. Another thing that was nice about this garden is that the gardener had come in just a couple of days before we did our final pruning and blew all the leaves, cleaned up all the leaves, and so the garden looks really tidy and the plants show off very nicely without the clutter of the leaf fall. Needless to say, when my son and I got finished with our aesthetic pruning, the client was ecstatic, very pleased. In fact, she sat in her chair the entire time watching us from the vantage point of her living room window, relishing and cherishing the pruning of her plants into beautiful art forms. And she intends to have us back again next year when it is time to aesthetically prune her trees and shrubs once again. Thank you for watching.